and this will end it because I want to get this out there.
I was too busy banging a chick.
Why am I doing this?
You don't want a picture? Okay.
Well, it's all.
My hair was a little longer.
Yes.
What? David Bacon.
And I'm like, oh my God.
Right.
Who would
I'm
think
hysterical.
that?
I'm wet and hysterical.
Yes.
And the
Who would think that
producers,
that would be the core?
That's the funniest thing someone will say today. Anyway, I'll give you a little intro to what's going on. First of all, okay, so here's a bunch of cards. You can pick something and open it and tell me why you picked that one. And then there's Mooner, and then we'll open them up and see what they are. And then, you know, Mark ate the gum. How's the gum?
Look at
Not
that.
good.
Yeah, you know, I saw a video of you doing this, and I feel like you're kind of like comedy's Nardwuar.
All right.
And make sure you go and you like and subscribe, and you check out all of his other, you know.
It's Comedians Opening Cards, No Coffee. Freaking A. Marc Maron, right after running his show before he does the...
I know. Why am I doing this?
I don't know. So look, I got all these cards.
Yes.
All you do is you find something that interests you, that you remember from the past.
Right.
Open it, talk about it for as long or short as you want.
Okay, never watched it. Ninja Turtles. Andy Griffith show. That was before my time.
Nate Bargatze loved that show.
Which one?
He watched every episode
I know.
of
I
that.
know. I told Nate the last time I saw Nate. I was like, dude, you got to watch Face in the Crowd.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I think there's a lesson to be learned about show business.
Right.
And I said, it's Andy Griffith. He's like, were you?
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, but it's not the Andy Griffith you know.
Right.
And I texted him. I said, you got to watch it because I'm concerned about his trajectory. And
Sure, yeah.
I want him to see the dark side.
He's living the good life too much. This was the only show he could watch as a child.
We were big Andy Griffith show fans. And that's I was really only allowed to watch that growing up, so I've seen every episode yet.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Alf. I never watched Alf, but my best friend Jerry Stahl, he used to write for Alf for one season, and he was a heroin junkie, and he wrote the book Permanent Midnight about being a writer on Alf.
But he only actually wrote 2 episodes.
That's right. But the funny thing is, people always associate him with it because of Permanent Midnight.
Right.
And one time, me and Jerry were going to a book reading of his book because he's a writer.
Right.
He's a very dark guy.
Right.
And he's a great writer. And we're going to Barnes and Nobles, like in Santa Barbara somewhere. And we walk in, and the woman walking us in, they'd set up this whole sort of display of all the Alf DVDs with Jerry's books, and he looks at me and he's like, wow, that's good you did that. They might mistake it for literature if you didn't.
Right.
It's one of those moments where Jerry's so good at those moments.
Right.
Where shit just happens. Rocky Horror. I think I threw up at Rocky Horror when I was in high school. Didn't we all?
Midnight showing, yeah. Did you dress up?
No. We just got drunk.
You brought the stuff and threw things or something?
No, we just went to see it. My friends, we weren't dress up guys. We were like, we're drunk, let's go.
Too cool for school.
Yeah, well, no, it's just, you know. Andy Gibb. I remember Andy Gibb. I remember him. I remember, what was the song? Shadow Dancing. Shadow Dancing. Yeah.
It's a poster. Only one person's opened an Andy Gibb cards in the past.
Yeah, well, it didn't help him, did it?
Yeah.
I don't know if this is going well or not.
It's going great.
Charlie's Angels, I don't know. I don't even think I had the poster. Magnum PI, did not care.
That's what Attel opened, Magnum PI.
Did he?
Yeah.
He went, what? No, look at the mustache.
I figured it would get into his mustache.
Yeah, exactly.
RoboCop, I just talked to Peter Weller.
Oh, wow.
That was great. He's more than just the RoboCop.
Sure.
He's a deep guy, wrote a book on art history. That's where that can take you. You never know where you're going to go. You're a RoboCop and then you're writing on the Italian Renaissance. Life is interesting.
Wow, just like the Turtles.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know where they went.
Italian Renaissance.
Jaws 2, didn't see it. Jaws 3, I imagine it's about a shark.
But what's his name just died?
Who? Roy Scheider?
Didn't the guy from, wasn't there a Jaws, wasn't that guy a Jaws guy? The guy with his wife and the...
No.
Who was that old dude? Wasn't he in Jaws?
Who died? Anybody?
I don't know, that guy with his wife, they like...
Oh, Gene Hackman?
Yeah, wasn't he in that?
I don't think, was he in Jaws 2?
No, he was in,
No.
No.
Oh.
I mean, he did some...
Poseidon Adventure, that's the water.
Poseidon
that's the water
Adventure.
films he was in.
Gene Hackman's great.
Oh,
Yeah. You know who used to love Gene Hackman? It's funny. Now, I've told this story a couple times. This is funny. It's not... Kinison loved him. And he used to do a very subtle impression of Gene Hackman. Nobody knows that Kinison used to do these impressions. He used to do an impression of a circus elephant where Just Sam, big fat Sam Kinison would just be like, but here's the story, and this will end it because I want to get this out there. You know, when I was a young comic, a couple of times I did this. There was one time I was in a car with Jimmy Miller, Dennis's brother, who was a manager, and I was early in my career. It was in the late 80s, and he had come to Boston to look at talent, and he wanted to go out after a show.
Because you're from Worcester.
No, they're from Pittsburgh. But so Jimmy Miller's in town, and me and Janeane Garofalo are driving him to go out to eat or something.
And you played her.
I did her in a sketch on SNL 1994.
And I'm all worked up, and I'm like, so like, how do you find your voice, man? How do you find your voice? I mean, fuck, I just don't know how you find your voice. And I said to Jimmy, I said, your brother did it. How did he find his voice? And Jimmy goes, he's doing Belzer.
Yeah.
Great. Do you know the Kinison story too? Kinison. I asked him the same question over Coke, and like just some fucking crazy night. It's just me and him, one-on-one. I'm like, so how'd you figure it out? You know, how'd you figure out your voice? And he looks at me and he goes, Gene Wilder. And I'm like, what? But you listen to it. If you watch Gene Wilder in like Young Frankenstein, the way he builds, and I'm like, oh my God.
Right.
Who would
I'm
think
hysterical.
that?
I'm wet and hysterical.
Yes.
And the
Who would think that
producers,
would be the core
Right.
of Kinison's sort of, you know, he did the preacher thing. And like Steve Pearl used to say, oh, Sam Kinison, genius. 2 short screens followed by a long one. That's it, buddy. That's
Awesome.
it.
Okay, so you're the first person to not actually open. You're not going to open any cards.
I don't care about cards.
No, I got it. That's cool.
All right. I'm
Super.
happy that you're happy.
Thank you so much, Mark. And hey, go see live comedy because that's what.
I truly don't know what I just experienced.
Comedians opening cards, no coffee.
You're like Nardwar for cards.
He goes, oh, wait.
He goes, wait a minute.
That's been and do to
Yes.
do.
And the cars are all gone.
No more cars, baby.
Dude, I saw that guy last night.
What guy last night?
There was a guy outside the cellar that was like a glimpse. I mean, he was Ghost of Christmas Future V, and he was a crazy man. And
Oh,
he was
you
like,
said Ghost of Christmas Future
I was
of
making you
us.
feel better, but that dude is you
You
in the
fucking
future.
cunt. No,
No.
it was us.
That dude was scrambled.
I have you on video saying us.
I'm a good friend.
What was he like? What was the guy like?
I mean, he had a backpack.
Oh, yeah, the backpack was, yeah.
I legit have a picture of you with your glasses on your forehead and him
They were
with
your
his glasses
glasses.
on the forehead
They were your glasses.
with your face. This guy was he was holding a brown paper bag of beer and trying to get a bunch of comics to open packs of cards and then talk about them, which we did, and it was fine. But he was just so like, and another thing, and he had to sign them, and I wrote, "Hey, calm it down."
Here, read
This
what I
is like
wrote.
the least
Put it
popular
on the
movie
camera.
in the world.
Bacon,
and it's
calm
my
it
favorite fucking
down.
movie.
Dude,
Yeah, last time. Kick him out, Jake. Kick him out. He's out of here. He's out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here, Western buddy, you fucking piece of shit. Don't come back until next year, cocksucker. I'm sorry, guys. I had to do it. I'm sorry.
Weird. Your turn.
I was Darkwing Duck.
Darkwing Duck. Now that was the shit.
That was great.
Okay. Thanks again, Godfrey.
Thanks. That
You're
was
amazing.
Really cool.
Awesome.
Comedians open cards. No coffee. Come on, comedians open cards.
Oh, that was so awesome.
Good.
Thanks,
Dave.
Yeah, definitely.
Awesome, man.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
We'll see you later.
Thanks so much.